is the last one. And so I know a lot of us are in those situations. So that I wrote down, and I want to not only have a discussion, but I want us to really lock in on it. And so the first thing I want to ask you is, what can you do to encourage financial literacy in your family? What can you do to encourage financial literacy in your family? Do they understand the power and value of a dollar? Do they understand the power of compounding? Do we understand the power of investing, not spending more than what we have, and the power of leverage? Those things. Do we understand the value of a dollar? Do we understand the power of compounding? Do we understand the power of investing, not spending more than what we have, and understanding the power of leverage? These are some of the things we must understand first and foremost. Right? Also, we have to make this understood. Money is a tool, not a goal. Money is a tool, not a goal. Say that again. Money is a tool, not a goal. Okay? Let's dig that in. Next, I want us to ask ourselves these questions. Right? I want us to ask ourselves this question. Has your family purchasing power increased over the last 5 years? If not, what are some principles and values that you must implement to change? Say it again. Has your family's purchasing power increased over the last 5 years? And if not, what are some of the values and principles that must be implemented to change that? Right? Let's sit that down. Let's write that down. Right? Right? And so when we say purchasing power, right? I mean, as a collective, is the family now able to purchase more now than it did 5 years ago? I'm not just talking one person. I'm not just talking one person. Feel me? Some people may have acquired a little more. I'm asking, has the family's purchasing power? Right? So if you're a married couple, are you all now be able to acquire more assets now than you were 5 years ago? Or we can be talking about the old. Has it increased? Like, these are real life questions. Right? Check it out. What resources do your family have access to create wealth or improve the family dynamic? What resources do your family have access to create wealth or improve the family dynamic? It's perfectly okay if you don't know none of the answers to any of these questions. It is perfectly okay if you don't have the answers to none of these questions. Why? Because this was something that we weren't taught. So now I wanted to take a minute, because we only had one person to talk to tonight. Hold up. Right? We only had one person to present tonight. So I said, instead of us having a class on that tonight, no, do not follow Dave Ramsey. And I will be bold enough to say that. Do not follow Dave Ramsey. Alright? What is your family's strength? What is your family's strength? What are you strong at? What do you do well? What is your family's weakness? What is your family's strength? What is your family's weakness? Next, this is important. This is important. This is important. Creating a family balance sheet and income statement. Creating a family balance sheet and income statement. This is so essential to building wealth as a family. These are tough questions that have to be asked and that have to be paid attention to. So many people talk about building generational wealth, but we never get to the meat and potatoes of it. Everybody in the family is working as an individual and not as a collective or a corporation. Because if we look at wealthy families, they're actually run like corporations. Because when we sit back and say, what are the wealthiest families in the world? We use their products and services. The Mars family. Sam Walton has 5 of his offspring on the richest people in the world list. You know about the Rothschilds. You know about, so many other people, the Rockefellers. And I say this often, no one never mentions the Vanderbilts because they lost the wealth. They lost the wealth. Right? So, what is your family's strengths? What is your family's weaknesses? Creating a family income statement and creating a family balance sheet. Okay? Let's dig a little deeper now. Right? Define the challenges that your family encounters often. These are things that I wrote out, y'all. Real talk. Like, I wrote this out after, like, looking at my aunt and being with my family yesterday for Christmas. I wrote this out. And it's the reason why I could have held this just for my Trappers Anonymous people. But I was like, you know what? I wanted y'all know how I move. When I feel like God put something in my spirit, I just go with it. Trappers, y'all gonna get the live recording in a group, so don't even trip. But I want y'all to hear this, right? What define the challenges that your family is often presented with. Now check this out. Why should I do right here? Can you create a council that solves problems fairly and document them? Why? Because problems that often take place will reoccur. And so if we document the issue that happened, we now have a log that we can go back to. Define the challenges that your family is often presented with. Right? Like, what is, like, damn, like, we can't get along about this. What is the issue here? Why can't we talk about money? Let's define them, write them out. Trap, man, that's easier said than done. Cool. It only starts with you and one family member. Everybody get around for the holidays, birthdays, funerals, and all of that. And we don't never talk about how can we come together as a collective and change the dynamic of the family. Next, if it's a married couple, having dinner together daily is a must. For the family, at least once a month. One of the things I love about my daughter's mother, I've been knowing her for 7 years. For 7 years, every Sunday, they family meet by her grandmother's house. I've never saw anything like that in my life. So I know it's possible. I've been knowing my daughter's mother for 7 years. And for 7 years, they meet by her grandparents' house and watch the Saints game. Or if the Saints game is on like a Thursday or a Monday, they go that Sunday and the day of the Saints game. They have not missed a Sunday. I say, damn, y'all do that every Sunday. I say, I told her this like a month ago. I said, yo, it just dawned on me that I've been knowing you for 7 years. Y'all go by your grandmother and them every Sunday. She said, that's what we do. We've been doing that for longer than 7 years. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But it's amazing. So what I'm saying to y'all is, if it's a married couple or that, like every day we should have dinner together. I remember, like when I lived with my grandmother, like she would cook and then everybody would eat as they, you know what I'm saying? Like I would eat, then my aunt would eat. Everybody was eating when they wanted to eat. One time we really ate together as a family was for holidays. Right? But at least once a month, there should be a family day where everybody just get together on a Saturday or on a Sunday and just talk about strengthening and building the family. Check this out. Create a family secretary and board of directors that are responsible for delegating tasks, trustees, roles, and responsibilities. Why? Because you now need to invest as a family. And if everybody don't need to be taking account of what's going on, you need one person as a secretary. Why did I think about the board of trustees? I thought about that because when my trappers and my trap masters created a Aunt Glow scholarship fund that I had nothing to do with. And when they created the fund, they got a board of directors that they put together. They got an application system that they put together without my knowledge. Boom, I thought about that. So, we set up a board of trustees, a council, typically the elders, right? Because they got more experience, but we're not excluding anyone. And then we get a secretary and we get someone that documents and someone that does all the investment things. Okay, cool. That's what we doing. Check it out. Every family needs to have lawyers, CPAs, and estate planning. Lawyers, CPAs, estate planning. It has to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen. Like, again, so many people talk about generational wealth this, generational wealth that. But it's more than just learning to invest in stocks. It's more than just learning how to build your credit. It's more than just learning how to start a business. It's looking at this saying, yo, how do I truly shift the dynamics of my family? How do I turn my family last name into an asset? One incremental move at a time. How do I get this family? The thing is, everybody is moving like an individual. Instead of looking at again, purchasing power of the family. Not just what Trap make, not just what you make. What do we as a family, can we as a family buy 40 acres? Can we as a family buy an apartment complex? Can we as a family buy a duplex, a fourplex? Can we as a family start a business? Can we as a family create a product and service? Can we as a family create a fund in case someone is in need? Can we as a family, let's mute that family. Can we as a family do that? Right? No. If such and such go to jail for something crazy or stupid, you feel me? Everyone must participate in the improvement and betterment of the family. If not, you get no incentives. You don't get what you don't contribute to. Everyone must contribute to the improvement of the family. Everyone has something they're good at. Going back, what is individual strengths and weaknesses? You don't get what you don't contribute to. You feel like you're not good enough to put money in this? You're not good enough to do that? Cool. When you get in trouble, no. When you need money, no. Rules and regulation. Anyone that helps that person, there's a penalty. There's a ban. There's a punishment for that. We have to put ourselves in a position, y'all, to build wealth, not just as an individual, but to build wealth as a family. No one person can save the culture. No one person can save the culture. But if we make impact, not as individuals, but if we make impact as families, you don't shrink in the wealth gap, but you become a part of that wealth bridge. Feel me? Wallstreet Chapter can't save the culture. Matt the Mortgage Guy can't save the culture. Ernie Leisure can't save the culture. You can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. What we can do is impact families, and families now take the initiative to build your family up from the ground up. Restructure the documentation. So here's the thing. We have been given a faulty documentation. The documentation that we have been given isn't beneficial for us. So when you say, what is a revolution? A revolution is simply saying, I, we, he, she, they, group of people, class of people, are putting a new system in place that benefits this class of people. That's all a revolution is. That's all a revolution is. A revolution is a group of people or a class of people saying, yo, this set of rules isn't beneficial to me. So we need to change the rules and the government and put a system in place that benefits us. How do we do that? We create a government inside of our family. If you create a government inside of your family and implement principles and values and documentation, you have now put your family in a situation where they can thrive. Okay, let's dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper. Check this out, what I'm about to say. Family communication is the building block to generational wealth. You don't need to have a huge family. You don't need to have a huge family. I'm telling you, these are things that I wrote down last night and this morning from being with my family. I promise y'all, this ain't nothing new. This was me looking at what I saw, playing back that whole, like, damn, I was with my people last night. This is what we did. The communication must address soft issues, hard issues, dividends, payouts, tasks that must be performed. Soft issues, minor issues. Hard issues, things that keep us from moving forward. Dividends, which is payout. We must learn how to operate the family as a corporation and not just an individual. Again, this is me looking at my aunt like, damn, like once my great aunt passes, which I hope we get another 30 years out of, right? Once she passes, that is an entire generation that's gone. We gotta milk her for all the information and documentation that she has. So we can now, okay, this is what they did wrong. This is one thing my family does, they buy land. That's why for me, like getting 40 acres I gotta get 40 acres. Because my family buys land. They do that. They're from the country. They buy land. So buying land was something. So for me, I said, okay, not only do I want to buy land, I want to own mineral rights. I knew that because of my family. That was something my family knew. Like, that's how I knew that. My family buy land. They got land everywhere in the country. That's what they do. So I already knew when you buy land, get mineral rights. You feel me? So I gotta look at all the information that she have and be like, okay, let me call my great aunt more. Let me talk to her more. Let me now ask her specific questions. Let me have these long conversations with her so I can know what they did. I need to know what was going on in the family. I need to know secrets. I need to know all that so I can understand how things move. So now, and that's what you gotta do. Your great grandmother, your grandmothers, your aunts, y'all gotta go talk to them. Get that information from them. Document it. Write it down. With my Aunt Glo, I used to record a lot of the stuff. Like, do that so you can use that, recipes, all that. So you can now, my dope part about my Aunt Glo, last Christmas, my whole Christmas meal came from her. We sat on the phone and I cooked Christmas dinner at my house. Me, my mom, my daughter, a couple of my friends. I cooked gumbo, macaroni, bell pepper, all of that with my Aunt Glo on the phone. She like, go get this, go get this, go get this. I was glad I did that last year. I got that wrote down. She was like, look, I don't use no measuring cup. You taste it. All right, I'm going to taste it then, man. We need that. All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Check me out. Check me out. Create a family mission statement. Create a family mission statement. And I wrote this down. A mission statement is a long-term target or goal for each family. Right? Example. The mission statement is to help each family member grow as an individual, walk into their identity, lead with their purpose, and fulfill their destiny. To do it with freedom, to do it with a sense of freedom, to explore every option and opportunity so they can live life to its fullest potential and be a great representation for the next generation to come. That is a mission statement. Create a family mission statement. Within that mission statement, we now create principles and values. These become the pillars in which the family stand on. Will this happen overnight? Hell no. But you implement it every day. You get on your phone. Instead of being in a group chat, let's talk to our cousins. You got that one cousin that you really rock with. You got that one auntie or one uncle that you really rock with. And they rock with somebody. So now let's right? Let's build it. Let's put petty differences aside. I don't like that cousin. Listen, have what we said, communication is the building blocks to generational wealth. We must talk about soft issues and hard issues. We got to clear this so we can move forward. Every generation should be responsible for the next generation. Every generation. Why I say that? Because when I looked at my aunt, I said, okay, my aunt, boom, my aunt, once she gone, that's a generation that's gone. Boom, I got my uncle, that's my uncle, my mom and them, that's a generation. Boom. I'm the offspring of that. I'm that offspring. So I'm responsible for the ones that's behind me. I'm responsible for my daughter, that generation, my little cousin. I'm responsible for them. Our generation is responsible for them. And it's our goal to train them to be responsible for who come after them. Every generation is responsible for one generation. It don't get no easier than that. I'm not telling you save the family. I'm saying here we go. Documentation, counsel. Every generation, this is why we document everything. This is why we got family SOPs in place. You ain't even got to go search for it. Here go the SOPs. Here go the documentation. We had a secretary. We had a council. We had a trustee board. We had a board of directors. You don't even got to go nowhere to look for the documentation and the blueprint. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. When we made this investment, we did this with the money. When we made this investment, we did this with the money. We document every investment that we make. We document it so now they know. And so now we have the meetings on Sundays. And then we have them family meetings once a month. What we doing now is at dinner, we are having wealth talk. At dinner, when we eating, yo, what do y'all think about If it's in one household, we talking about the household fam. We talking about, okay, well, look, here's the money we brung in this month. Here's the money we brung in this month. Right? We including the children in the conversation so they can understand the power of a dollar. Remember what we said. Do the family understand the power and value of a dollar? You know why the kids don't have, you know why a lot of people messed their credit score up when they got older and they figured out in their 30s? Because nobody talked about it when they was young. So let's get the kids involved. Let's not tell the kids stuff like, this is a grown folks conversation. No, get here. Talk about this. If I gave you $100, what would you do with it? I gave my little cousin $1,000 because she wanted to invest it. She's 7. I told her mom, I said, open up the account. That's what I gave her for Christmas. I said, open up the account. She said, it's already done. I sent her $1,000. I said, now you got to tell me the companies you invested in. She said, no problem. She said, no problem. For some of the travelers, that's McKinley, I mean. My little cousin McKinley. They know she come to everything. My daughter, she already knows. She already asked me, Daddy, can I own this? Daddy, can I own this like I own Disney? Yup, you sure can. Include them in the learning process. Include them in the learning process. All right, let's go. Create a family declaration. Trap, you created a family mission statement. You created family principles. You created family values. Now family declaration. Yes. Because we got to embed things in our family that weren't there before. Yep, it's a lot of writing, it's a lot of documenting, it's a lot of reading. You know what that means? That's less time on TV, that's more time talking to each other. That's less time on YouTube, that's less time on Roblox, that's less time in the metaverse. It's more time with us communicating about principles, values, money, life insurance, credit, financial literacy. It's more time. Stop being individuals. And I promise you, this is not me just feeling myself. This is me really looking at my family like, damn, I'm the one for the generation that's coming from me. I'm the one that got to do it. One of y'all in here, there's 200 and some people in the group tonight. There's 1,000 people on the live. There's 1,200 people. That's 1,200 families. That's a shift right there. If 1,200 families tonight take action, that's 1,200 families that's going into 2022 in the right direction, saying we are creating family SOPs. It's 1,200 people. This is impact. This is impact right here. This is impact. You feel me? This is impact. It's 1,200 people. This is impact. Not just me saying, hey, go invest in this stock, go invest in that stock. No, it's, yo, how do we truly create generational wealth? It's 1,200 people on the live. New Year's about to come up. Everybody gonna be with some type of family or something for New Year's. New Year's Eve. Everybody. Whether it's you going by somebody coming by you, it's what we do. I thought about it for Christmas. I said, damn, I told him to do this for Christmas, but maybe I ain't give him an opportunity. Now I'm giving you instructions. What is family SOPs? Standard operating procedures. That's what family SOPs are. And I got a trademark so y'all can't steal my stuff. All right, let's go a little further, right? What standards will each generation inherit? What standards will each generation inherit? And lastly, I'm gonna finish it up though, but investment policy and incentives. Gotta create an investment policy. So one person not just saying, let's buy this, let's buy that. What are the credentials that have to be met for us to invest in? What are the credentials we need to invest in this property? What are the credentials we need to invest in this company in stocks? What are the credentials we need to invest with this company in options? Create an LLC that you do options under. Create an LLC that you do real estate under. Create an LLC that you do buy and hold, which you get dividends from. Create LLCs for those things. Once they get enough money, you got a CPA on your team. You transfer the LLCs into C Corps, S Corps, whatever seems fit. Philanthropy. You have to have that. Why do you want philanthropy in your family SOPs? Because giving money not only is good for the spirit and soul, but you get great tax breaks for creating that 501(c) to give. Those charities are great for tax purposes. For your family. Remember, we are running the family like a corporation, not just an individual. This is why you see people like Warren Buffett and all these billionaires have charities. Why? Your family's generating so much money, you gotta give money. You gotta give money away. You need to buy land and start a farm. Why? Because farming and agriculture gets the biggest tax breaks. These are the rules that the wealthy play by. I don't care if you got 1 acre of land. I don't care if you got 1 acre. Plant some stuff on it, give it away. Plant some stuff on it, sell it. It's okay. Agriculture gets the best tax benefits. So we add in philanthropy and agriculture to the business. Why? Best tax benefits. Then real estate. Why? This is how we create the generational wealth, y'all. This is how we get it. It's not just about stocks. It's not just about real estate. It's not just about credit. It's not just about that. It's about coming together, putting that infrastructure in place in the family, y'all. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I want y'all to I left the live on. I want y'all to take notes from that. I want y'all to look at it. Trappers, when I end this live, it's going to go straight to the group. Y'all already know. It's going to go live from the kitchen. Not next week, or whenever the next live from the kitchen is, we'll follow up with our 4 people doing presentations. That's cool. Tonight, I was glad only one, because I wanted to have this conversation.